Thank you for staying with us. It's still Sports Tonight. It's time for us to move on to something very different. But let me just quickly introduce to you the man that has just joined us now, Toby Adepoju. Toby is our eye on the domestic scene, on the Globe Premier League to be specific. And is always at the right place at the right time. There's something special about Toby. He's always at the right place at the right time. Onye, that's the reporter's instinct.
Absolutely.
You go to where there will be trouble.
Yeah, and you get the story.
You get the story.
You get the job done. You know, that's the hallmark.
Yeah,
of a good,
it's been there. Not just
reporter,
this season.
You know.
Last season, Shooting Stars to Akure against Sunshine. It was there.
Yeah, it's always at the center.
Enyimba against Bayelsa United. I mean, this man is always there.
Absolutely.
And over the weekend, Toby was in Akure. He saw Sunshine against Nasarawa. And there's an amazing story from that game. Toby will be talking to us later on about it. It was a case of Floyd Mayweather against Manny Pacquiao. In the blue corner, Baba Ganaru. In the red corner, the center referee. We'll talk about it later on. But before we do that, let me just quickly fill you in with a little bit of wheelchair basketball. Just to tell you that not a good one for Nigeria. Our reputation, growing reputation in global wheelchair tennis, not basketball, I beg your pardon, wheelchair tennis has suffered a huge dent following Nigeria's withdrawal from the PNB Paribas World Team Cup that served off Monday in the Netherlands. Onye, the World Team Cup is the wheelchair tennis version of the Davis Cup and the Fed Cup. And Nigeria won the African qualifiers in March in Kenya by beating Morocco. And so there was widespread optimism that Nigeria will grab a promotion to the World Group following the rapid improvement of the game in Nigeria, which was highlighted by Nigeria's participation at the Beijing 2008 Olympics and the 2012 Olympics in London as a major boost for tennis. But this is a major setback, Nigeria not participating after winning Africa's ticket to the event.
So sad, Tony. And I think we want to trace this into the, perhaps when Michael Uche left as the Speaker of Data House of
Yeah, that was basketball he was getting involved with.
Okay, was getting
but this is wheelchair tennis.
I mean, it's a terrible one for them. I mean, these guys need to be encouraged. You know, we see them, the
special people.
We need to.
If there was any group that needed support, these are the guys.
These are the guys, and I mean, the relevant authorities should do something. This should not repeat itself again. We need to encourage them. We've been saying that some of them don't have anything to do, but they have this game, you know, as part of their means of livelihood. I mean, they devote everything to this game, and we should encourage them. Everywhere many Nigerians should support these people. Let them go to tournaments, encourage them, give them the sense of belonging, that they are also Nigerians. They can also do us proud. Remember that even at the Olympics, at the Paralympics, we get more medals
from the Paralympic Games than special athletes like this.
Like the able-bodied athletes. So we need to, such things should not repeat itself again.
All right, so that's a sad one. It's a major setback for wheelchair tennis in Nigeria, in Africa. Africa's best-ranked team, that's Nigeria, failing to show up at the World Team Cup taking place in the Netherlands. All right, let's just come closer home now and talk about football now. Let's start with the Super Falcons and the Flying Eagles. It was a good weekend of football for Nigeria because the Falcons and the Flying Eagles shone like million stars in their different CAF continental engagements. Toby, for the Falcons, they went to Rwanda, hammered the home team by 4-1. For the Flying Eagles, they were held at home in Kaduna against Tanzania, won the game by 4-1. Looks like Nigerian teams have now mastered the art of scoring 4 goals.
Yeah, especially for the Falcons, if you look at the preparation.
This is the last qualifying round before the African Women Championship. So we can assume that the Falcons are through to the African Women Championship in Namibia.
They might be true, but if you look at the way they started the preparation, the way they lost games at home, you know, before the Cameroon game, it was not a good preparation for them. We're a bit scared. Maybe
it's a new team, and
they're just blending together. But you know, they show class against Cameroon. And, you know, away from home, scoring 4 goals, considering what I think this is massive for them. We just come back home and, you know, round up things up. And for the Flying Eagles, expected to score 2 on the road. They just need to get the job done in Kaduna. They score 4. They considered a goal, which I think a bit of lapses might be recognized by the technical advisor. And, you know, they will just check that up. But interesting one, like you said, for the Super Falcons and also for the Flying Eagles. They can just build on this. Especially for the Flying Eagles, they'll be facing Lesotho. We now know our opponents. We need to start our preparation for them. And for the Super Falcons also, they should get prepared for the... they should start thinking about, you know, representing Nigeria where the Nations Cup talking about the AYC and also the second leg. You score 4 goals on the road, it's looking as if you are true, but you still need to,
Finish
complete
up the
the job in Abuja or anywhere they take them to. But it's looking as if this focus is true. For the Flying Eagles, it is Lesotho, and we need to keep our eyes, we need to get things about them.
Well, for the Falcons, this is the last round of qualifying for the African Women's Championship. So right now, Edwin Okon now knows that the real task is going to the African Women's Championship and winning a ticket to the World Cup. That was the mandate given to him. And that means trying to get to the semi-finals or probably going all the way to winning the trophy that we lost to Equatorial Guinea 2 years ago. For the Flying Eagles, we've said so much about this team. They are going to be playing Lesotho in the last round of qualifying for the African Youth Championship in Senegal. People were not too impressed with Kelechi Iheanacho in that game. And the worry is, what has happened to these boys after, the hype and the attention that they got as African champions, world champions, I beg your pardon, at the under-17 level?
It didn't start with Saturday's game. If you remember, the game they played in Tanzania, in Dar es Salaam, the coach put him on the bench. And, during even
this game, he came from the bench.
Even the friendlies that they have played, the coach didn't start him. He's always coming from the bench. And he has not been doing
well
be a
worry for us.
As an impact player. And this is what we said after they won the World Cup, that, some mechanism should be put in place to monitor these guys. It's like Kelechi Iheanacho has derailed, in my own opinion. The player that was so, marvelous at the World Cup, one would have expected that he consolidates on that performance and continue to improve. But the reverse has been the case, and it should be a worry for everybody concerned with football. Maybe he needs a little bit of counseling, a little bit of advice on what to do and what not to do.
So that we don't lose that huge talent.
Absolutely.
Huge talent, Kelechi Iheanacho. Best player at under-17 level, finding it difficult to live up to the hype at the under-20 level. I hope we can do something as quickly as possible to save this young lad. Let's come now to the league. Toby's been itching to say a few things. But before we come to Toby, let me just quickly run through the results for you of some of the matches played over the weekend across the different centers, Globe Premier League centers in Nigeria. And I'm going to start with this game, Dolphins against Bayelsa, 2-0. That was at the Liberation Stadium in Port Harcourt. Exciting game of football. Udwak scoring one of the goals for and Ifeanyi Egwim coming off the bench to score the second. Warri Wolves and Sharks of Port Harcourt. Sharks, amazing side. Believe it or not, Toby, 9 games unbeaten.
And they've picked points on the road.
9 games unbeaten. That's the longest unbeaten run in the Nigerian league. If they are able to play at home and avoid defeat midweek, that's 10 games. That's a record.
That's a record.
That's a record for Sharks of Port Harcourt. Amazing run for Gbenga Agunbote.
They have been concerned. You see the way they play on the road. They were scored first and they came back to get an equalizer.
The last game, they were 3-1 down.
2 goals in the second half.
Yeah,
they look
3-1 down to Sunshine, and they forced the 3-3 draw.
I think
amazing.
It's looking bright for them, and I think Agunbote is doing a good job.
Toby, you were there in Akure, 1-0 Sunshine over Nasarawa United. Controversy around that game. I'm going to come back to ask you a few questions around it, but Onye, check out this one. Rangers 3-0 at some point in this game, became 3-1, became 3-2, became 3-3. And there's plenty going down in Rangers as we speak. I'm going to come back to ask you about that one later on as well. Aqua United, the game was live on cable TV, 1-0 over Lobby Stars. Lobby will complain to High Evans that there were some calls that went against them, but that was how it ended, 1-0 to Aqua United. Taraba, 1-0 over Heartland as well. We had Giwa, truly at home, hammering Kaduna United, 4-0. Abia Warriors, in Umaya, hammered Crown. Fantastic game of football in this one as well. Abia Warriors really rubbing shoulders with the best and showing that they are ready to contest. Enyimba, Nimbe, 3-0. And then you had Kano Pillars in Kaduna, 2-1 over El Kanemi Warriors of Maiduguri. Let me quickly take you through what it looks like at the top of the table after 15 weeks of football. Let's see what the top 4 looks like. Sharks of Port Harcourt have been on top for how many weeks now?
It's almost 7 weeks.
7 weeks now. They are there, still on top, 27 points. Nasarawa United are second with 24. Now Enyimba are back in the top 4. And then Sunshine, I beg your pardon, Sunshine don't have 2 points. They have 22 points. That's just a slip from us. And then the bottom 4, we have Heartland. Check out the teams here. Heartland, 17 points. Gombe, 16. Kaduna United, 15. And then Nimbe really closing the gap with 13. But look at the goal difference. Minus 16 for Nimbe. Minus 5 for Kaduna. Gombe, Heartland, no goal difference. Anything can still happen. This is still, no longer early days. Yeah, you cannot say anything anymore.
But when you look at the point difference between the bottom team and the top teams, not much.
Yeah. All right.
You lose one match at home. You win one match at home today. You lose away. You come down.
Yeah, you come down. You go up. You come down.
Come down.
It's just tossing up and down. But Sunshine, now that's the right one. Sunshine 22 points. They are fourth on the log. Toby, that takes us to Akure. You were there. What was the story? The story is all everywhere, all over the wire. Baba Ganaru, coach of Nasarawa United, technical advisor of Nasarawa United, and the center referee exchanging punches.
Yeah, really.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, really. It was a good game. It was a good game of football. You know, Nasarawa United came with their tactics. They looked solid and they looked compact. You know, the arrangement of the tactics was very strong. After it was goalless in the second half, Sunshine found it very difficult to break their back four, led by Shehu and also the captain of Nasarawa United. But just less than 10 minutes of the game, the referee awarded a deserved free kick for Sunshine.
In your own opinion?
Yeah, a deserved free kick.
A deserved free kick to Sunshine.
About 25 yards away from the goal. Cameroonian midfielder Tammy Mendrano was brought down, and you know, a second half substitute came on. Lawa came on to play the kick, and you know, when Ajiboye was arranging his wall, I saw his Sunshine play at the other edge of the goal post, you know, maybe trying to distract Dele or his own, you know, tactics. And before Lawa kicked the ball, the player was off. He was not interrupting Dele. You know, Lawa kicked the ball, it went straight to the net. Dele was clueless about the free kick, and you know, just few
minutes. Gave the goal.
And the referee gave the goal. It was
goal for Sunshine.
And it was celebration galore. And just a few seconds later, I saw Dele Ajiboye ranting at the AR1, complaining. That Sunshine, you know, it was that the referee should have stopped that play. That it was, you know, interrupted by that Sunshine player. And you know, before we say Jack, I saw Baba Ganaru and also the center referee exchanging words. And I think Ganaru insulted the referee. That was the referee now decided to send Ganaru off
the referee,
off the technical bench, and Ganaru refused to go. And you know, before we say Jack, there was touches between the two parties.
Ganaru, what kind of touches? I mean, this is a touch.
There might be a different touches.
What kind of touch? You know, what kind of touch? I mean, this is a touch.
This is a touch. You know,
was it a gentle touch?
The matter is, Ganaru failed to control his emotion. I think they thought they could have picked a point in that game. They did well. You know, they put much into it.
But then the referee gave the goal.
The referee gave a goal,
and I'm interested in the touch.
Yep.
Because there are different types of touches. There's a touch of concern. There's a gentle touch. The kind of touch between Ganaru and the assistant referee and the referee. What kind of, was it the heavy?
You know, I think
it was a Mayweather touch. Mayweather touch.
You know, I think it was a gentle touch, because if it was a Mayweather touch, there might be a cut or there might be a blood, but we never saw that. You know, there was touch, and I think the referee was on Jesus, so he touched Ganaru back.
Okay, they were touching themselves.
And they were touching themselves. There was argument. The police came on to rescue the case, and that was how it ended. But the truth of the matter is, sometimes we need to control our emotions. You know, it's rises sometimes.
All right.
We just hope Ganaru will learn from this one.
Okay, all right. We will try and see whether we can get a lot more from that game between Sunshine and Nasarawa United. But Onye, let's quickly talk about what you have on the screen. Rangers players this morning refused to show up for training. They said they are being owed sign-on fees from last year, totaling 400 million naira. Nothing from last year has been paid. Nothing from this year has been paid. The enhanced salary by the LMC not been affected. That's what the players are saying. The same thing applies to Crown. They are also planning to go on strike. The same thing with Kaduna United. Players newly signed from Kaduna United have not gotten a dime. Only those from last year have gotten something. What's going on?
Well, Tony, if I were in their shoes, I would even do worse. I'll probably run away.
That's what Rangers are doing.
I'll probably run away, but I think it's a very serious issue, Tony.
But what's going on? What's going on?
I think it's because some of these clubs are owned by state governments, and you know what happens when there is an election. When coming in.
Oh,
they want to focus.
Governments are preparing for elections.
Exactly. Some of them want to go to the Senate. Some want to come back, and they have little or no time for any club. You know, that's why we have complained that some of these clubs should also, you know, look inwards to generate funds for themselves. And if they are being owned 400 million, like we have said here, I mean, how do you expect the club to function?
Okay, I'm told that we should just quickly run through what we have now, and then maybe talk about this later on. Let me just run through the Nigerian National League for you. Resumed after 2 weeks of break, mid-season break. In Division B, we had Gabros 2-0 over First Bank, Aqua Starlet 2-1 over MFM, COD United 1-0 over Abia Come, Stationary Stores 2-0 over Prime. At the end of that game, Prime told their coach, Abimbola Samuel, to take a walk and to step down. These are the results from
step aside
in Division B, and that's the most we'll be able to take. Tomorrow we will come back to the issue of the National League, the issue of Rangers, Crown, and Kaduna United will also be revisited, and of course the issue of Sunshine and Nasarawa United will also revisit on Sports Tonight. But we have to go now and say thank you to you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.